What is up, everybody? J Nell here with another card video real quick, and this is my UFC The Ultimate Fighter 23 finale prediction video. Got it out. Let's get into it. I'm only making 3 predictions here because I kind of have a lot to say. So first up, I'm choosing Doho Choi to beat Thiago Tavares. I'm nervous about that pick because both of these young men could throw caution to the wind and anything can happen. I think it's going to be a very fun fight. So look out for that one. Now, we're seeing Ross Pearson taking on the debut of ex-Bellator lightweight champion Will Brooks. Now, if you're like me, you've been waiting for this. Actually, we've all kind of known Will Brooks was going to make his way to the UFC at some point. It was a very smooth transition. Bellator was okay with letting him go. He was okay with relinquishing his belt. No problems there. Now, people are wondering why Will Brooks is debuting against Ross Pearson, who's not as highly ranked as Cerrone was when Eddie Alvarez came over and debuted. The reason why, check out my RDA versus Alvarez prediction video. I kind of explain how Alvarez was the man before he came to the UFC. Alvarez was the only lightweight who was actually ranked in the top 10, not in the UFC. So he was already there, champion in multiple organizations other than Bellator. So he just has a thicker resume and more accolades than Will Brooks has, even though Will Brooks is the ex-Bellator champion as well. So this is actually a good debut position for Will Brooks. And let's not act like Ross Pearson is an easy win, because he's not. Now, Ross Pearson is a good, solid wrestler. He's very strong all the way around, physically strong. And of course, he likes the stand-up game. He's got great combinations. He's a power puncher, has that one-hit quitter, loves to brawl. He's the type of fighter that beats you up, even if he loses the fight, so you kind of don't want to fight him. He's hard to put away. He's a fan favorite, fun fighter kind of fighter. And very solid combinations, solid wrestling, solid movement. He needs a little bit extra. He's also young too. So Ross Pearson's one of those people who we think if you kind of add some movement here, maybe add some training partners or something here and there, he puts together a streak, we could be talking about Ross Pearson in the top 5. So he's not an easy win by any stretch of the imagination. Hovers around 8 to 12, 8 to 10, type of ranking situation. So Will Brooks started off as a wrestler as well, very solid, very strong. He's a lot of muscle in Will Brooks. He kind of looks like a statue. But he loves the stand-up game, and he's very good at the stand-up game. Sometimes Will Brooks is too willing to wrestle. He is much more dynamic than I think he even realized. He's extremely athletic, and he doesn't utilize all his tools. I think being in the UFC, we are going to now begin to see the best Will Brooks. I think he's now going to begin to be pushed by every single fight that he has to give us something new, to give us what I think we haven't seen before, because he's so athletically dynamic. You just got to believe there's stuff we haven't seen from him yet. Now, he already trains at American Top Team, so he's not like he needs to change camps or anything like that. Will Brooks is sometimes frustrating mentally. I have heard him say after fights, yeah, I probably could have ended it earlier. I saw the finish here, I saw the finish there, but I just wanted to beat him up more. Or willing to take bad positions because he wants to test himself and he wants to fight more. You're not going to get away with that in the UFC, Will. You're just not. You're gonna lose. If you are willing to brawl or take a bad position against Ross Pearson, he is going to knock you out. And it's as simple as that. So I think mentally, because mentally he will be forced to not have those lapses, not have those misjudgments. I think because of that aspect, coupled with his he's really athletic, dynamic. He's a sponge. We're seeing new things from him every day. And now that he has higher competition, we're really going to see new things from him every time we see him. So I'm excited for Will Brooks, and I'm picking him. Although we know that the UFC debut jitters can get to you. He's usually great managing his cardio with all those muscles. But debuting in the UFC with the jitters, will his cardio management be there? We don't know. Will he make mental mishaps? We don't know. So not saying that Ross can't win. This is 50-50 almost. But I am picking Will Brooks. Now, main event, and we're seeing one of my girls, the UFC strawweight champion Joanna Jedrzejczyk take on another one of my girls, Claudia Gadelha. And if you saw this last season of The Ultimate Fighter, they're kind of making a comeback. I really enjoyed this last season of The Ultimate Fighter, so let's just talk about that real quick. Kind of changed my feelings about both of them. Still like them both. I like Claudia more now, and I thought that some of Joanna's choices of her mental games are kind of choices that I wouldn't have made. And I think that Joanna expected to get all up inside her head and play all these mental games, and she had like a plan, and I think it didn't happen. I think Claudia ended up getting into her head all throughout the season, she's talking about respect, not cleaning up gym stuff after herself when the teams switch gyms and things of that nature. Just respect here, respect there. And Claudia would be like, "Oh man, what are you? So sorry, man, you calm down, with her accent." And I'm pretty sure Claudia was doing all of that on purpose. I think she was purposely leaving the gym bags there on purpose. I think she was purposely being late and transitioning and stuff like that on purpose. I think she was purposely disrespecting her and the little things and just irking and picking at Joanna. And I think it worked. There are moments in the season where Joanna is livid. She is livid. She's acting outside of character. So I think Claudia ended up getting in her head, and I think she did it on purpose. So it was a fun season. The characters on the season, the fighters themselves, fun characters. I'm waiting to, of course, it's a male and female season. So just check that season out. Good season. Now, the fight. Now, I am one of the people who thought that Claudia actually won the first fight. Check out my video. I thought she won the first fight, and I've watched it more than once. It was a split decision. It was extremely close, and I see how Joanna won the fight as well. So I'm not upset with that judging. So, how will things go differently this time? Joanna's still a six-time world Muay Thai champion. Of course, this current strawweight champion. She is still probably the best female MMA striker, not boxer, MMA striker in both female divisions now. 3 female divisions. She is the best. I think she's going to elevate the striking in all of the women's MMA. So she's so quick. She's not a power puncher. She is a cumulative striker, punches and bunches. But because she's so quick, that extra velocity does give, her punches are stronger than it looks. She's more powerful than she looks. She's also quicker than she looks. She's not flat-footed like a lot of Muay Thai fighters are. She glides. She glides. She has nice sliding movements. Her head's not quite there. She has nice angles. She's quicker than she looks because she's not flat-footed. She glides. She's kind of graceful with her movement. She's very hard to take down. She's good with leverage and angles, and she can feel her body weight. She can feel her opponent's body weight when they're trying to take her down. That's why she's so hard to take down. So she does the little things there, and she's just active. She is hitting you all the time. She, on the kicks, I even get to the kicks and the knees and the elbows and the Muay Thai position, she's vicious, slicing. She's aggressive. She goes for the finish. She's a shark, man. And so is Claudia Gadelha. Now, she has the sledgehammer. If Joanna has the sword, Claudia has a sledgehammer in her striking style. She's more of a power puncher. She's more kind of frantic with her, she's more controlled chaos with her stand-up game, with her foot. She's more bouncy with her footwork, and she will be trying to take Joanna down. Now, here's where I think she probably lost some ground in the last fight. I'm gonna try to speed this up. She didn't fill in the blank spaces, and what I mean by that, there was a lot of times where she had Joanna up against the fence working for the takedown, and while she's steadily working for that takedown, working on that leg, Joanna was hitting her and elbowing her and moving her, and she looked way more busy. She looked more active, even if things weren't landing, even if Claudia did eventually take her down. So this time, Claudia, in order to ensure your victory, even on a decision, you're gonna have to fill in the spaces. While you're going for that takedown, if you have her up against the fence, if you're holding up against the fence, you're gonna have to work her legs, punch her legs, elbow the legs, knee the legs, go up top, dirty boxing, elbows to the gut, punches to the gut, shoulder strikes, go up to the head with the shoulder strikes. You're gonna have to fill in the spaces, fill in the transitions. You're just gonna have to simply work harder. Do the little things, get your John Jones on, do the little things, toe stomps, things of that nature, cover the mouth. You're gonna have to fight her everywhere, not just on the ground, dirty boxing up against the cage and in space, but also in between. Fill the small spaces. Anywhere you can hit her, you can punch her, you need to do that, not just work your primary objective. And I think that's how she can get this victory, even in a decision, although it's going to be rough because Joanna's offensive output is so high. And her style, the style matchups here, you know what I mean? Joanna looks like she's beating you up because she usually is. So I'm picking Claudia. Yeah, I'm picking Claudia Gadelha. And I know I said I think Joanna's going to be the champ for a long time, but I think Claudia's in her head. And if she's learned her lessons, if she can get busier, I thought she won the last fight. I'm picking Claudia. Let me know your picks, any injury updates. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. I will have 15-second picks and recap videos. Subscribe, like, talk to me, take care, and goodbye.